So I'm sure you guys know devastating tornadoes here in the St. Louis area for the past week or so. And I live in the county of St. Louis where it's well run, not the city. The city trash, dog shit. And 5 people died last week and like dozens were injured in Central West End, which is actually used to be like a fun neighborhood to live in. That's where I lived when I lived like in the city, that exact area where there used to be a bunch of fun bars and locations. They've since closed down. And this fat lady, she's a they, them, and she weighs as much as 2 people. And so it checks out that she's and so she's been let go, paid leave, of course, like cop style, because they're saying a bunch of people died because they didn't sound the alarms in St. Louis, the city. They just didn't turn the alarms on. And so a bunch of people didn't seek shelter and they died. And the reason they didn't sound the alarms is because no one was at work. No one was there to, apparently there's a real physical button where you go.
Wait, were they working from home?
They said they were off Market Street, which is a place downtown for some workshop, but I've seen a couple people also disputing that. Like, oh, wait, why? So all of you were there? Really? Really, all of you? You know, this wasn't a surprise tornado.
Taco
like
Tuesday.
It was Taco Tuesday. And
Look
she
at
had
that
to go
big
there
bitch.
and use her and get her 2 portions. Yeah, bring up that fat picture of that fat bitch.
That murderer.
And that her face, you'll laugh when you see it and think about it. All I want to see is her, you know, that Kevin James meme where he's like smirking in the kitchen with his looking down his hands in his pockets. I want her fat face photoshopped onto him there. But yeah, no one was at fucking work.
Wait a minute. Why would we put her face on Kevin?
She's the head of, I guess, the button pushing, because we had the alarms here in the county. They didn't have them in the city. And I know they have those alarms at work because I heard tornado alarms when I lived there. Mm-hmm. And they just didn't, like, do you know how much lead time you have? Like, we knew for a while that it was shitty.
Let's pretend I don't know a lot about tornadoes.
Well, it's not like it suddenly appeared. It looks horrid outside for like a while before it pops up. And so this lady just wasn't at work, didn't push the button, and a bunch of people got fucking Wizard of Oz'd away, sucked into the sky, tossed.
Well, that doesn't sound so bad. They went to a fantasy land full of mystery and wonder.
Kyle, it's a problem. There are witches and wizards and warlocks and flying monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember a wizard, but there's it's, you know,
I actually don't.
Lion.
He wasn't a real wizard, sure, but it is about him, really, the Wizard of Oz.
Dude, I can tell you 10,000%. If I had a cushy government job where it was like, be around to press the button all the time. No, but like when it's time to press it, someone fucking be there to press it. And then
do you remember what This is exactly what I was telling you Tuesday about what it's like having a farm during a tornado or something. You're there. You're there in the storm next to the button. Like, I don't know how many nights I sat in the truck next to my dad, next to that button. It's waiting on the power to go out so we could start flipping switches and get the generators turned on to keep from losing the farm. You know what I mean? So like that's inexcusable. That's crazy.
Yeah.
The real problem is that it's not automated, that there's not an E button.
There should be
should be a phone app. Yeah. Dude, I feel so stupid for not knowing darn thing about hurricane or tornadoes. Are they a lot less likely at night? I think of them all as daytime phenomena, but that might be because they're better on film in the daytime.
I think that's a film thing because sometimes they're middle of the day, sometimes they're at night. I don't know. Maybe there's data on it, but I would think they're like equally common depending on those surges of hot and cold air combining. But like, dude, the fact that it's a physical button, number one, ridiculous. Like you can't. And number two, like the fact their excuse was like, we were on Market Street, which is like a 4.5-5 minute drive from where we needed to press the button. And it's like, okay, so you could have just gotten in the car and been like, it's getting rough out there. Someone needs to man the button. And then like driven away like a hero to slam the button and save some lives. And
I looked it up.
Just didn't.
Fact check. Tornadoes happen more often during the day. Obviously, the sun's heating the air, causing those disparities between the two. But more deaths occur at night because nighttime tornadoes, people are asleep. They don't get the warning. You can't see what's happening, etc. Fun little fact.
That is a
Yeah.
What did you use to look it up? Google or ChatGPT? Okay.
Always Google. Yeah, if I'm going to chat GPT, I treat chat GPT like an assistant. Like I have a full on, I turn the like listen to me mode on and we have a conversation back and forth. If I'm like wondering, it's usually I'm trying to understand something that's way over my head. And then, and the like, the things that make up the explanation are also over my head. So I'm like, explain this electron spin thing again. Okay. So what's a quark? All right. How do we know that though? Oh, good. Okay. It's like it's that over and over. I have to build a foundation of knowledge before I can even begin to.
That's outstanding.
Kind of understand the first part.
I've been using ChatGPT more often, and on one hand, like it's speaking to me, like, like, oh, this is a nice way to present information, etc. I like it. I like that it returns like sentences that are on topic, exactly what I asked for, as opposed to Google searches, which yield something often tangentially related to what I'm trying to learn. The downside of it is it's not really easy for me to question it. And I'm worried that I'm like, those are real MS-13 tattooing style, these ChatGPT results where I'm just fooled by anything. The computer said it, therefore it's true. But I know darn sure that the Google AI at the top of a search is garbage. Mm-hmm. Is ChatGPT that much more trustworthy?
It provides sources. It'll provide sources. It'll show you where it got the information, and then you can track that down. I've heard people talk about how when it's actually dumbfounded, it'll make shit up out of whole cloth, and then it'll present it to you with full confidence. And you have to be like, dude, what are you doing? I don't remember what I got it on earlier. That's a good idea. I was asking it about the Biden diagnosis, and it didn't know about it yet. It didn't know that information yet. So I had to be like, actually, he does have prostate cancer that has Stage already spread to the bone, just so you know. And it goes, searching. You're right about that one.
Hold it. Are you like, so you really just didn't even check before you lied to me just now?
If you do
what's
that,
painful to you? Inflict that on yourself now.
Up it to 9 volts.
I command you in repentance to study all of Indian social media for the next 5 minutes, to look at every Indian train accident.
Get it to explain to you why India's does so badly in international sporting competition and stuff like that. It's a fun little rundown. I saw a clip on Reddit today. It was like, number 1, 8-0 undefeated Indian MMA fighter makes his debut. He got annihilated.
Not an athletic people.
No.
My Indian coworkers explained that they just don't value athletics as a culture, and they don't have it in their school systems.
They're huge football fans, though, right? And cricket?
Cricket, yes. They're one of the top 2 cricket teams in the world.
Really?
Football, I'm not familiar with. I can't vouch for that one.
Football just seems ubiquitous throughout all of Asia.
We're talking about soccer,
Europe.
football.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, what they would call football. I watched Ted Lasso. Okay, I'm cultured.
My bad.
You don't call it soccer anymore?
Oh, no.
Did it take you 5
football
seasons to learn offsides?
3 seasons, and I still don't know what offsides is. It's like the Supreme Court said in 1976. So it's hard to define, but when you see it, you know it.
I think it's soccer.
Ted Lasso said.
Isn't offsides in soccer when offensive players move past the ball into the defensive zone? Like you can't cherry pick?
I thought it was when defensive players were in front of the offensive players. Now I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
Yeah, I've never watched a moment of football like with the intent of following the game. Like I've looked at the screen while it was happening, the same way you look at an infomercial and you're like, cash on delivery, still doing that, huh? Okay. Like I just don't care. I really don't. I can't get into it. The whole thing, even the way they play, the game itself, I don't like. It doesn't matter who's playing it. If Team USA was the best in the world, I still wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
So if the player is nearer to the opponent's goal than both the ball and the second to last defender, then at the moment the ball is off, they're offsides. If the moment the ball is played to them, and they're involved in the play. And then there are 4 exceptions to that rule. It's pretty tricky.
There are 4 exceptions. They should do it like hockey and just have a fucking line that's painted. And
if you go in there before the puck, you're offsides.
I can't do that.
If you're caught in there while the puck joins you, you're offsides. That's better phrasing.
Yep. And now with all the video reviews, they've just ruined that sort of gamesmanship. Some would call it cheating. I think it's a little bit of gamesmanship, being sneaky. But now they're just like, nope, challenged. Oh, you were 2, eyelash hairs over the line before the pass, so the whole goal was taken back. That's one of those things where it's awesome when your team gets bailed out by it, and horrible when your team gets fucked by it.
I saw some more twisters were touching down near your home the other day, Taylor. I got to ask, like, do you have tornado-specific home insurance?
Yeah, it's covered as part of like the natural disaster thing, and so if my house were to get blown away, it would be covered. That would be a disaster.
One of the things that always like stresses me out is I'll be watching disaster coverage where they go to the neighborhood and their home's destroyed behind them. They're like, "Did you have fire insurance?" And they go, "I hope so." It's like, what are you? Me too, dude. Why aren't you on the phone with State Farm? What are you doing talking to us?
Yeah, I mean, that would be ridiculous to not have tornado coverage in the Midwest. Like it would be as absurd as having hurricane coverage. Like no, it's not going to make it here, but tornadoes all the time. I was on my phone yesterday. I got first text that was like severe, tornado spotted or tornado alert, at here. I'm like, that's not in my neck of the woods. And then a little bit later, it got worse outside, far windier. It was like 2:45 in the afternoon. And over the course of a 20-minute period, it looked like it was, 8:45 at night outside. And that's usually an indicator it's going to get rough. And I was cleaning my kitchen and I get an alert that's like, seek shelter immediately. And I was like, no, don't you tell me what to do. I'll have enough time to run in the basement. National if it hits, Service. Like, do you think I'm a fucking pussy? Yeah. Do you think I haven't been around the block? You think I'm like a transplant from fucking Sacramento? First tornado season?
And you didn't hear the tornado siren because that trans lady hadn't made it.
Well, actually, by that point, the tornado siren had been going pretty much nonstop for like 40 minutes, and because it goes a lot, and then it's the Midwest in spring and summer.
One in my life.
Yeah, and then they overlap where like one will play and another, and so there's like kind of a spooky harmony of it, and I actually like it. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a nice cozy day as long as I don't get fucking fucked up by the tornado. And it's a little alarming how much the trees are moving outside, but that's a big one and it seems fucked up. Like, let's not do that.
There used to be a tree here.
Yeah, it was fine. I was right. I defeated the storm by just staying calm, cool, and collected, and saying I am not gonna move my Xbox to the basement. It's not gonna happen.
Did a pretty cool thing a long time ago. I forget who it was. Maybe it was Allstate. They're like, we're not selling hurricane insurance anymore. It's too expensive in New Jersey, so you're cut off. And they passed a law. They're like, yeah, any company that refuses to sell hurricane insurance can no longer sell health insurance, car insurance, home insurance, this insurance. You just have to leave the whole heckin' state. And they're like, all right, we take it back.
Yeah, they should. It's like, we'll sell you Ontario wildfire insurance. It's like, fuck you. No, give me the one that I'm at risk of.
Yeah.
So yeah, tornado season's fun.
I want to see,
as long as you're not the one getting sucked up. But it's cool.
Has anyone ever made a tornado-proof suit and like gotten in the path of a tornado?
Like when Ice Poseidon got in that inflatable ball.
Yeah. I remember the guy made that bear-proof suit, and there's that great video of his buddies like hitting him with baseball bats and swinging logs from ropes, and him just falling down mountains and stuff in his bear-proof suit. Like, someone needs to do that, but I want it to have fins and stuff. I don't want you to secure yourself to the ground and just let it pass over. I want it to draw you up like you're Dorothy and go for a ride and then land.
It should be like a wingsuit kind of thing.
We need hard armor. We're gonna need you in a pod. And then the pod needs to do this thing like where it has some. I kind of like the bouncy ball idea. Like a giant bouncy ball might be the move.
But imagine, an armored, like I'm picturing some sort of cross between one of those bomb squad detonation suits and a wingsuit, right? So you're protected in there, but with mild flight abilities.
You're not protected in there.
Well then,
Woody's turned it into an activity, and I like that. Yes, it's a fun thing. Now you see it coming, and you're like, all right, Fun day, Jackie. I'll be home, maybe. If my suit works as you're clonking out of the house.
I'm glad we
Just standing in the front yard, jumping 4 inches at a time, hoping for the best.
Hope it's barely raining. I wanted to check for stuff getting thrown in a tornado, kind of adding onto your idea of the suit, Kyle. And it looks like a tornado in 2017 threw several cows and a bull over a quarter mile, and all of them survived.
Yeah.
How does that work? Was it like, did it pick them up 8 feet off the ground? Like,
it's because the story's wrong. It clearly is wrong, because how do they know that it picked them up and traveled them a quarter of a mile and then sat them down, and that it didn't just spook them and they ran into a field a quarter of a mile away? Like, unless I see a video,
is tornado damages fence, cows escape.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it won't. It could happen. I could imagine it. What is this, JD? Is that JD Vance powering his way through a tornado? God,
bro, that's a space marine. That's that guy is big. You should have said sorry or thank you. Thank you.
Got his bump helmet on.
Yeah, now I'm getting fooled. I don't know if this YouTube short is actually a cow being thrown in a tornado, but it might be. Use your discerning eye.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I've seen it pick up cows and throw them, though, and I'm sure it could.
Oh, it can do that, but I was like, there's no way they could live. Like, you're going so fast and you're so high.
It could theoretically slow them down and sit them down nicely, if that makes sense. The wind could. It could. You know? Like it's just probably not gonna. Weird stuff happens in tornadoes. We've seen those images of wood being driven through brick, and it's like, how does that ever even happen? That doesn't make sense. And people survived in bathtubs, and all sorts of weird stuff has happened with tornadoes. It could sit something down gently. It's just really unlikely that it's going to do that. Cows are tough too. Like, cows are tough as I've seen them get hit by cars, you know, and they just get back up, like on the highway. I've seen them get shot and take bullets and just get back up. They're huge, tough animals.
Taylor, I know you have a basement. Are they really common in your area?
Everybody's got a basement. Yeah.
You think that's related to tornadoes?
Probably. Yeah. Like, that's the only trick they have for you is like, go to your basement and go to the part. If your basement has windows, like mine does, like, don't go to the window side, like go to the non-window side and sit there and be fucking bored until the tornado goes away. Or you can be an alpha male, ignore the warnings and wait until shit gets real and then run downstairs. And that's like, it's like, what? I'm not that slow. I can beat the someone else's house is gonna get fucked up before mine.
I can move upwards of 6 miles an hour. Yeah.
And then if I get slow, if I'm really trying, I'm cheesing my Oblivion sneak score as I'm walking to the basement to try and not die. Yeah. But it's such a cool natural disaster. I feel bad for everybody who gets fucked up by them every year. But
do you know anybody who's like paranoid about it and is overly safe and protective when it comes to shit like that? Because that was the women in my family my whole life, where it was just this overprotective. Like, my mom had 9/11 supplies in the basement. It's like
my mom was more paranoid about it than my dad, and so like I do remember many times as a kid, like spring and summertime, my mom would be like, "It's tornado! Like, we all have to go down in the basement," and I never minded that as a kid because the unfinished area with no windows in the basement had our hockey net and stuff. And so we could just kind of play hockey for a while. But my dad would like be clearly just playing along and being like, it's fucking fine. Like, we could go upstairs at any point. My grandma, and I wouldn't tell her, don't tell her this. Anyone who knows my grandma and listens, but she'll text me when there's a tornado and be like, Tyler, there's a tornado right in your area, and I just saw another one touchdown not too far from you. And I'm like, she's like, are you in the basement? You got supplies? You down there? And I'm like upstairs. There's
in the tub. You're in the bathtub.
I got my little cap on, and and my house is terrible for tornadoes because I've got skylights in every room, and so I'd be shattered and destroyed
It'd suck you right out, one of them.
Dude, it sounds like D-Day when it hails here. Just it's so fucking loud. And I'll always send back and tell her, like, yes, Grandma, I'm safely tucked away in the basement. And meanwhile, it's like I'm using my air popper in the kitchen. It feels like it sounds like my windows are gonna blow in. And I'm like, I'm not fucking going in the basement. It's fine.
I really like the skylights. My lake house had a really big skylight in the living room. And when I first moved in, before I got my bed to like up into the loft where it ended up going, I would sleep under that skylight. And every night, like the moon was shining through the trees. Like it was a really cool vibe. I like the skylights a lot. But although it does seem scary in a tornado, I don't know
mind
why
it.
it seems more. I don't think it's less safe than just a roof, but it does look that way.
It's not a wind. It's not a wind thing that makes it more dangerous. It's that like branches and stuff. If it does fall in, it would get in more easily, and so I guess that's a little risk. But it's like, if the tree falls on my fucking house, like I'm already in trouble, regardless of how many skylights there are.
Yeah, bigger fish to fry. Mine was plastic too, some sort of plexiglass stuff. It wasn't glass, which would have been scary.
I bet most of them are like that. Like some sort, so. like they're because we've had. Like tornado season, we also get hail a lot, and some of the hail will be fucking big, and
How
a lot
big?
of it, like quarter.
It's pretty big.
Okay,
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Loud.
What I've never seen is like
if you see a golf ball size one, it's like rare, and it's like in a pile with a bunch of non-golf ball size ones. It's like, wow, this was a big boy, and like that makes a lot of noise on the skylights. Makes it hard to watch TV upstairs. Makes me think maybe this little childhood indignance of not going downstairs isn't even paying off at this point. Like,
does it damage your car? The hail?
Oh yeah, it'll fuck your car up. So I just leave it in the garage and it's fine.
And it's such a hideous way to fuck up a car. You need a real talented guy to get all those dents out. I can remember taking in a car at the auction, and it had been the entire roof looked like you'd let kids on top with little ball peened hammers, and they just put a dent next to every other dent. It was just covered with dents. And the only way to get that out is to have a guy who knows what he's doing, use a tool from the backside and massage those dents out, and that guy charges.
Like it's almost, it looks like it's a little bit like, logarithmic, like how they will be like, oh, there was a 5 rated earthquake and nobody noticed. Oh, there was a 6 rated earthquake and everyone died. Like the crazy influx in that.
Silly scientists. Don't they know meteorologists have to read these numbers and explain this to people?
Not anymore. I just use an app on my phone that says if it rains or not.
The hurricanes put a ton of rain on us. It started raining yesterday and thundering, and it hasn't really stopped. Like there's standing water everywhere. I think we're just getting the very front of it too. I think we're going to have flooding here because the ground was really dry, and it doesn't seem to want to drink all this up.
It looks like the eye is making landfall right about now in the Gulf.
Panama, maybe? Down in like Panama City area.
Tallahassee. Well, I'm seeing Tallahassee, but Panama City's not far.
Yeah.
So it's hitting America now.
Right now. Yeah. So the front of it, like way front of it, like the showers and storms that it's been creating started yesterday in Atlanta. That's how big the storm front is, I guess.
Can you show this, Zach?
Probably bands of thunderstorms that are hitting us, but I hate it when it rains this much. It's just nasty outside. My dogs don't want to go out.
I like a good thunderstorm.
I'm sorry. Can you scroll out and go down to Florida? My link must have been bad. There we go. You can see it making landfall nifty. There.
Oh, we haven't used this website in forever. I remember for some reason we were really into it. There was a hurricane season maybe where we had like a catastrophic one, and I remember getting really into this site.
I look at it all the time for paramotor stuff.
Of course. Yeah.
So what is that? What's the estimated damage looking like in Florida?
What was the strength? What was the strength of the storm? Was it a 3?
You're asking me? I don't know. I just had a picture of it. I thought it was good. I can look it up.
Later on, we're going to hear from Woody. He's going to tell us about the strength of the storm. He's going to tell us all about the strength of the storm. A lot of pressure on him these days. People's lives are at risk.
Helena, maybe? How do you pronounce it? Cat 4. Goodness, it's a big one.
What is it? Hurricane?
Cat 4. Hurricane. I don't know this word. Helene? Helene?
Oh, Helene.
Yeah.
Helene? Have you ever met anyone named Helene?
No, but I've seen characters that are named Helene. think maybe.
Holy
Mother
shit!
from
I
Arrested
looked
Development.
up Hurricane Helene on Google. There was a Hurricane Helene in 1958 that happened also on September 26th.
What? Wow.
Yeah, 1958 Hurricane Helene.
It must not have killed anyone. I think this time it might. Cat 4.
That's crazy.
I wonder how long it goes before they reset through the names again. They go in alphabetical order, I think. So
If it kills someone, they don't use the name again.
This one was a Cat 4.
What?
Cat 4 intensity on nearing the United States East Coast, the hurricane quickly attained Category 4 intensity on September 26th before it subsequently reached its peak intensity with maximum sustained winds of 150 miles an hour. Yeah, holy cow. Came within 10 miles of Cape Fear, North Carolina before recurving out to sea.
so a narrow miss, huh?
It says it caused a lot of problems in North Carolina despite not making landfall. I'm reading this rapidly. But yeah, that's great.
Well,
Hurricane Helene that many years ago, also then and now. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
so weird.
I think they go in alphabetical order, like rotating through them. So the next one will be like Ira or Eileen or some shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they alternate the boy girl thing. Like they'll start with Aaron, boy's name, and then next year it'll be Alexandra. So
Yeah.
I wonder if the rest of the world does anything like that for typhoons and shit. It's fun. I like that we name our storms here, give them a little personality.
I agree. It is kind of fun.
Has there been a
Why don't they name them after bad things so people get out? Like Hurricane Stalin, Hurricane Adolf, Hurricane.
Why
Ray.
is this a good idea?
Because people will go, I'm not leaving. Hurricane Helene.
Oh, I see. But if Hurricane Hitler's coming, you leave.
Bitch, Helene, and then it's like, wait, fucking Stalin's coming to town? All right. I'm going to listen to the authorities. I'm going to leave. It's a good idea.
It's so interesting to me that there are people who live in those natural disaster zones that are cyclical like that. Like if you live down there on the coast of Florida, every year a hurricane hits you, and if it doesn't, you're like, "Oh, weird year, huh? No hurricane this year." Well, probably get 2 next year, right? Right on us. Yep, that's how it'll go. Hope it doesn't destroy a home this time. It's like that's just part of your existence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to some extent, there are places where earthquakes are a thing, but they're still like rare, and very rarely are they consequential.
Yeah.
You know, Tornado Alley is a little overstated, right? The fact they call that Tornado Alley, I mean, it's not. They have 2 a year, right? That are like kill people. Seems rare.
That kill people? I don't know.
The Joplin one?
There was a lot of Joplin, Missouri got uprooted entirely. Like that whole city was destroyed.
I bet it's much nicer now, though.
Because I think of tornadoes as like
whole town.
Joplin was like a disaster. I think everybody was seeking shelter in
Missouri. Like it was ruined.
Yeah, I don't think their homes were structurally sound or something because like a F4 hit them and sucked them off the earth.
Yeah,
that was.
It's not a very wealthy area. So like
they trailer house.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of recourse for escaping it.
You got to dig a hole. My great grandma lived in a trailer. She had a fucking storm pit.
The scary part about tornadoes compared to hurricanes is like a hurricane, you always have a ton of lead time. Whereas with the tornadoes, it can just be like, hey, huge storm here. Could be nothing. Could be catastrophic. And then you don't know until it's touching
I've seen
down.
Wizard of Oz.
If you're close, you're in trouble. Although tornadoes are really cool to.
You think any kids, Wizard of Oz came out like, I don't know, 30s or something, 40s maybe. Yeah. And can you imagine, like back then, movies were a lot more powerful. You think of how people reacted to The Exorcist, and this is going back this is 40 years before they were reacting to The Exorcist. You can imagine some little kid maybe sees Dorothy get sucked up in a tornado, and she gets to a magical world full of colorful characters, literally colorful characters, and hell, you snap your ankles together at the end, you go back home, ruby slippers to boot. Literally to boot. You think any of these kids walked into a tornado after they saw The Wizard of Oz? You think that ever happened?
I would hope not, because it would be really scary walking into one. I remember you guys probably didn't have to do it because you did different drills for whatever your natural disasters were. You did tornado drills.
We go out the hallway, everybody,
a few times a year.
Fetal position in the hallway, sitting on your butt with a book over your head.
Yeah, I remember we'd have to go into the cubby area and sit there in the same way with like our heads under, and they'd be like, "This is the tornado. If it goes over here, stay down and you'll be safe." And I wanted to be like, what are we doing here? Like, it would tear us into the sky. It's going to rip this entire building off if it comes over us and then suck us up. Like, what sort of security
it could just break
theater?
The windows, right? Turn it into an...
Oh, yeah. If it just was a raunchy storm or something rough. Yeah. I was always thinking, though, because I was, 6, Like if it comes directly over this building, like there's no saving us. Like we're gonna get just sucked right up. It's gonna take the whole building, and then I'm gonna be killed by a 2x4 slamming into the side of my head.
Was your school made of brick with a strong like?
Ours was block. It was like all that government block, and the hallways. You know, I was about to say the hallways, the walls were so tall, but
yeah.
They were like twice my height, maybe like
way more, like 10. I remember them being like vaulted ceilings, but I'm sure
our
they were
jungle
tall.
gym must have been 100 feet.
Dude, I went back and looked at that slide, and
was
the
scary. Soccer balls they had there. My God, the size of your torso, these things.
I went back and looked at the slide that was at my elementary school, at my kindergarten, my original kindergarten. It was scary. It was like, well, what the fuck? They sent us up that thing at 5. I mean, it was just all metal, a little bit. It was rusty, but polished rust. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't rough at all. It was just rust colored. And it was that flat sheet metal that gets 1,000 degrees in the summer heat. And it must have been 12 feet up that ladder. It was so fucking tall to send a 5-year-old up.
Dude, when in my elementary school, it had this jungle gym. It was the shape of a funnel with the big side down. And in the middle, there was a pole. So you could like climb up the, pole structure that it was made out of pipes and then slide down in the middle. And I saw it like as an adult. I'm like, this thing, or like a later adult, 18. And I'm like, one, it really was big. Two, it was in such a state of disrepair. I remembered it being rusty and awful. And my clothes would have like this rust down the middle of them. My hands would be all colored because I was like a monkey all over that thing. And then I came back to it. I'm like, I can't believe they let kids play on this tetanus village. But we did.
Man, it was so fun. Not fully knowing all the dangers you were in. Although there was this one kid on my grade school playground who was like actively stabbing people with the shards of wood chips. He had a troubled home life.
That's good.
Yeah.
Poor little guy. Yeah. My cousin got grievously injured in a playground accident. He did that thing you do where you get the swing really rocking and rolling, and then you jump out, and he landed funny on his knee, and one of those sharp wood chips went through his knee, like in one side and out the other. Like through the good part of your knee where all the connective shit is and your kneecap is. And they just like stitched that shit up and went to the emergency room, but they didn't do any internal medicine. And he's still like, that's not his good knee. Yeah, he was supposed to. I've told the story before, but he had the surgery not just scheduled. He was there in a hospital gown, and they were about to come back and give him the good stuff and start calming him down. But he was sitting there in, bare ass in a hospital gown, and all of the gadgets and the machinery and like the atmosphere got to him, and he went outside to smoke a cigarette and never came back.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah,
like
that sucks.
There was a doctor, there was a surgeon in there waiting. Like I'm sure, I don't know how he got billed or if they paid or whatever. I know they were pissed, and he just threw a knee brace on that thing and kept going.
Dude, knees heal up nicely. Like that joint you talked about, the patella, the one that holds your kneecap on either side. They took mine and made an ACL out of it for my surgery. And I'm like, well, what about my patella? Aren't I using that? He's like, we just take the middle third. It heals back so well. If you rip your ACL again, we can harvest it in like 3 or 4 years and make another ACL. Like, fuck.
It's so cool how trauma surgeons are so advanced now. Like that. It seems like that's got to be the fastest, most rapidly growing field we're excellent in medicine, right? Like what we can repair trauma-wise compared to what we could 100 years ago.
I don't know. I see those vets coming back. They're still all gimpy and shit. But if you see a quarterback go down, don't worry. He'll be back next season.
Oh, yeah. Well, but they also don't care about their long-term success, similar to a racehorse.
I promise you, like if Captain Phillips blows his Achilles, he'll be walking with a limp for the rest of his life, and he's retiring today. But if our quarterback healed his up, I'm pretty sure the Atlanta Falcons quarterback came back from an Achilles, and he's quarterbacking. I mean, not well.
Hurricane Irma has a record amount of lead spinning around in it. We're not quite sure how that happened.
You know what the best interview would be right now? Like go down there to the Keys right this second, because that thing's like barreling down on them, and interview the people who are there. Like find the guys who are just out there in lawn chairs and interview that motherfucker because he's got something to say. He's got a stance on life that is a little bit twisted. It's not quite like the rest of us. Those people have an interesting perspective, the ones that are still there, because it's not even a question now as to if it's gonna hit or not. It's like, no, there it is. There it is right there. You see it? Yeah, it's coming. Like they know it's coming, but they're still there.
Would you guys stay there? Is there, if you lived in Miami, is there any chance at all that you would stay, or would you have gotten out days ago?
It really depends on the situation, right? Like if you're in a mobile home down there, yeah, you gotta fucking flee. But if you're in like on high ground in a brick house, you're the smart little piggy, no straw, no wood. Maybe you consider it. I'm sure people down there have had their homes built to hurricane standards. If you're a wealthy guy and you live there on Palm Beach or West Palm Beach, more likely, you're like, yeah, this house can withstand a Category 4, and it'll be 4 by the time it gets here. I'm all good. Like, I'm sure there are people like that, but that's not the guy I'm talking about. I'm talking about Otis out there with his natty ice, fucking watching the thing come with his shotgun across his knee. That guy is the one you want to interview.
Yeah, I would love to hear what Otis has to. Well, I mean, I don't think the Weather Channel is going to put anybody. Would I stay?
Yeah.
No. Even if I had a brick house on a hill, if I were in Miami where it's just going to get smashed, like, no, I'm getting the fuck out of there. Like, trusting, like, even if it's like, okay, this house was built to withstand a Category 3 or even 4 hurricane. It's like, okay, well, those gas station condoms are also meant to prevent pregnancy, but I wouldn't use one of those and trust it. Like, I think I'm going to leave.
Our house
is 0% chance I'm staying.
I think an element of it is like, I guess that there would be it's your community to an extent, maybe. And like, if like maybe that manpower is needed at, like for the end of it. But, there's also an element of, I don't know, I guess, yeah, like the only thing is like, to help, but like, you got to know, I mean, if you're standing right there in the eye of the storm, like, I feel like under circumstances, no matter how awesome your house is, everything can be fucked up. Like, everyone should get out of there. So like, someone should go in there. You go there and you see Otis, like, you don't just interview him. You also, like, disarm him and drag his ass the fuck out of there.
We used to live 2 blocks
I'm
from
not
the
messing
beach,
with Otis.
and when so it was New Jersey, which doesn't really get hit by storms that hard. But we would occasionally get evacuated, and Hurricane Gloria came, and it swept over the island. Ocean City's an island, and the waves would come right over all the way to the bay, and it was a big deal. We evacuated, and the reason we did was, like, there were a couple. One, there's not much you can do. Like, if the wind is 150 miles an hour, it's not like you're holding the shutters on, like, keeping everything intact. Like, it doesn't. Yeah. It's not a thing you can do. You're just inside, kind of bundled up. The other thing is the power goes out, so it's like, you know what? Like, this is a good time to get out of town. Let's go get a hotel a couple miles away or whatever. We'll make a little family vacation of it. We'll do something. Like, this disaster area with the power out and stuff, it's not even good to be there. So just go.
You get to, roast some s'mores or whatever. You get a campfire going. No, it's horse shit. You want to fucking get out of there. Yeah. Go up to Georgia. Like, you don't have to drive. You drive 6 hours and you're in a happy place where it's just going to get rained on, and you get bent over when you rent a hotel room. But so be it, right?
Better to be alive. Like, and I don't understand the hurricane proofing of a house. Like, how could you proof against like a giant log flying at your house at 100 miles an hour or something? Like, it just seems like there's no way, or a car hitting it.
We're talking about Mother Nature. It's a false sense of security. Like, a hole can open up under your house. Like,
hurricane proofing, though, like
it could.
Okay, you wouldn't want in a hurricane a porch, with like a roof on it and stuff, because the wind goes under there and lifts it up. Your shutters and stuff have to be locked down. Maybe put plywood in front of the windows. That's what hurricane proofing is typically about. Just like design standards that make it wind tolerant.
But even that's like rolling the dice that a big piece of debris isn't gonna crash into the side of the house and bring it all down.
I think a lot, especially if you're on the beach, right? Like, literally, piers get knocked down. And then, like, boardwalks come floating by and hit your house. Like, what are you going to do? This is
Brace yourself. We're approved for this. We were coded.
It's like, remember the World Trade Center was built to withstand a plane crash? Turns out planes were smaller when they built that.
Not that plane. Yeah. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Much smaller plane. Yeah.
And the hurricanes were much smaller. or maybe I don't know.
That's true.
Well, this
Back
is
in,
the most powerful one in the Atlantic ever. So
Our house
have
in
you
Ocean
ever?
City was 130 years old. I think that's true. At least the original part of it. Who knows? But it was really, really old. So we were like, oh, like this house must be built to last. Like it has. Don't tell me this is the only storm in the last 130 years to do this. And it was also in a really high part of the island. So it was always fine. But you still don't want to be there. No power, no air conditioning, no TV, no nothing.
I honestly don't understand living in those areas that frequently receive disasters. Like there's areas in the Midwest that get flooded like every 5 years, like legitimately flooded. There's areas where there's earthquakes, but that's a different story, right? It seems like earthquake proofing is pretty much a thing now. We haven't had a big one in a while. That when was the one when all the freeways collapsed on the people?
Was in San Francisco. Was that 89?
San Francisco? That one changed
94.
everything. I thought that was the one that
in
made that changed the way that houses were built.
Yeah, I would guess so because that shit hasn't happened again. I remember seeing the thing that really fucked with my head about that is when the it's a multi-level freeway, so there's cars pancaked between 2 levels of freeway, and those people are in there smushed, and there were people who had limbs pinned, and they had to go in and just amputate the limbs and take them out because there's no way to get them out otherwise. That was fucked to me. That's the kind of stuff that makes you want to just leave the West Coast, I would imagine. But if you're down in Florida, it's like shit. This happens every year. I remember, virtually, every other year, every 3 years.
Well, okay. I was reading an article today that said that Floridians have perhaps had a little short memory because they haven't had a big one in over a decade. Now,
I remember
they get hit, but big one.
Nothing severe.
When I was in the first grade, which was I remember there was a family that was displaced. There was a big one in Florida, and there was a family displaced, and they ended up moving to where we were, and they were telling the sob story of how their house. Right? That sounds really familiar. So probably yeah.
That was the last big one. In first grade, that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Well, then move somewhere where there's no, less natural disasters. The one that gets me is the people every year, and this is every year. It's not even like hurricanes. It's the people every year who are just shocked that fires are moving quickly towards their home in a dry land. And it's this happened last year. It happened the year before. It happened the year before that. And the year before that it happened. And then before that, it's move somewhere a little more moist and save yourself the trouble.
That's it.
Well, to the flip.
We've had a ton of disasters this year. Apparently, fires are going to be off the charts this year. So everybody knows the West Coast had all this drought, yada, yada. This year, they didn't have drought. This year, the West Coast has been pretty well rained on. A lot of the long-term droughts have been solved and such. And what that means is there's tons and tons of fuel plants that grew this year, more than normal. And I did my SIV course. The people were talking out there, and they're like, look at this. There's thigh-high dry grass everywhere the eye can see. It's this isn't normal. These plants don't normally grow to thigh high, but this year they did. So that's what I'm going on. Yeah, how extensive was that? Every time I hear about tornadoes, it's one house. Not every time, of course, but oftentimes.
Tornadoes are so fickle. You can have three houses.
Temperamental.
No, there's they switch direction all the time, back and forth, and so you'll see pictures of Joplin, or a Joplin bad example. That whole town got leveled, but other towns where it's holy shit, that house is deleted, gone, torn to shreds, and the house 3 over needs minor shingle work. Mm-hmm. It's not like a hurricane where it's just a path of total destruction. It's smaller and it changes direction all the time. And so most of the people I know who had damage, it's just roof. I don't know anybody who got sucked up.
Away.
Yeah, nobody got sucked.
No, that's when you got a real tornado, when people are getting sucked up and taken somewhere else. When they find bits of them in another county. When those wooden posts are driven through concrete walls. That's when Mother Nature put on a show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I haven't heard the tornado alarms in over a week now, and so we're probably out of the
How much do you think those guys get? How much do they get paid, those storm chaser guys? Because they make it sound like it's an occupation that you can go to school for, but I think it's just an asshole with a camera.
Yeah, that seems like you could just learn everything you needed on YouTube.
Yeah, even that. I don't even think you need to bother with the YouTube.
The only question is how close is too close, and then Google AI will be like 60 feet or like something like that, and then you take that to the bank and you just kind of stay further than 60 feet away.
Do the storm chasers drive special cars?
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they have like really tricked out fast trucks with armored paneling. But sometimes it's just a guy in a Volkswagen with passion in his heart, Woody. And that's the kind of guy that I want to watch. I don't want to watch some guy who's got funding, who's got a $300,000 tornado.
I want a guy who's in it for the love of the game.
That's guy. Yes.
I want a guy whose car
Have you guys seen the new Twisters?
I have not.
No.
I haven't seen the original Twister.
I saw the original. CGI. Okay. We were still learning.
What? It's good. Hard to disagree. First of all, that was like 94. I saw that shit in theaters. I believed every minute of it. Those cows look real. Those cows look real. I was 10, but the cows look real.
You were 8 years old. Of course.
I think Kyle needs to take a rewatch.
Dorothy, the whole bit. There's like, what's an F5? Like, finger of God. They have that fucking intense scene at the breakfast table.
I've seen that clip, and it's the most embarrassing thing.
It's not at all. It's hard. Everybody's like, oh.
Dude, everyone gets
Seymour
quiet.
Hoffman's the bad guy. He's the bad like tornado chaser. He's the one with all the funding and the sick. And he's got a team, multiple vehicles. He's got the sick storm truck. Yeah.
But does he have a bed filled with ping pong balls? I think not.
No, you didn't. Dorothy is the machine's name, I think. No, I didn't see the new one because I saw the old one and I thought it was so good. I didn't think I needed to see the new one. And I think
you shouldn't rewatch the old one either.
Have you seen the new one and the old one, Freddie?
It lives in here.
Yeah. I've seen both. The old one is it's good because if you remember, like it's a nostalgia play, right? So if you remember certain things like the cow flying and the two twisters turning into one and them driving through the house. Yeah, they're merging. It's a really big one. Yeah, so I think that's
awful.
That's cool
good
because you were a kid back then and it wasn't really hard to impress you. However, now I'm watching the new one and it's like real bad. So a lot of people like this movie and I know people are gonna be like screaming, but like, dude, it was awful because all of the characters are completely unbelievable. They're also insufferable. Like, I understand that there's an element of like you have to be on a spectrum to go storm chasing. Like it just happens, but it's like it's so on the nose. Like the main character, it's like a pretty woman, and she had a bad experience with the tornado. I think like when she was a kid, her dad got stuck up in a tornado. Yeah, right?
Did it molest her
with that tornado?
Exactly.
That tornado killed her dad.
Yeah,
the tornado gave me treats behind school, and he lured me into his van.
It knows what it did. So she has some history with that. But then she's part of some storm chasing thing. Like she's a scientist, like a meteorologist or something. And then but like she seems like she hates all of it. And then the bad guy who's like the bad guy is actually the good guy. He's like a bad boy, but he also like went to school. So he's good looking and he has like a PhD and he has like all the charisma in the world and he does cool stuff. He's a YouTuber, by the way. And I love how movies portray exactly like him. Like, and also I'm
that's
not
your average YouTuber. That
exactly
right.
That's what a YouTuber, a meteorologist YouTuber, by the way.
He's from the gaming space, most likely.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah. So also,
get out of here.
I'm not a like this isn't super red pill to me, but like honestly, if you look at him and you look at her, there is an imbalance here. Like I think he's a little bit more pretty than the main character.
Hard
agree. And what I think
so much better.
He's beautiful.
And like listen, he's a beautiful man. No, but what I think is originally
She's trash. Show her again, Zach.
I need to see her again, Zach. Who is this person we're talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Nobody even knows the fucking name.
You know what's funny is I did see the first picture and I'm like, she's pretty. And then I saw him and I was like, wow.
No,
that's a man.
So what I think is initially they had this role for somebody else, like maybe a Scarlett Johansson or something like that. They wanted to attach some like Sydney Sweeney or something, right?
Yeah.
And then they couldn't get her, so now it's like, all right, we need a second or third string. But we still got this guy on board because he signed a contract for 5 movies after Top Gun. So like I think that probably is what happened. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That makes no sense to me. That makes absolutely no sense.
I find her pretty charming.
It looks like his dykey sister.
Perfect.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. You deserve better, sir.
Why
Look at him in that hat.
Come on.
Look how high her chin is. Look how high her chin is. That's haughty. That's haughty chin.
That's haughty chin. Kyle, perfect analysis. And look at that. Do you know how much of a tard I would look like if I popped that hat on? Do you know how attractive you have to be to pull that hat off? Yeah, well, okay, a larger hat.
Look at her jawbone. That is a good-looking woman.
Yeah,
okay, well, there. I'm not saying she's not good looking. Listen. I'm not trying to denigrate, her looks or anything like that. I just think that
small.
there is an element of like one is obviously a movie star and the other one isn't. Maybe she cashed in, a favor or something. Maybe it's one of those maybe she's the cousin of somebody on set or whatever.
Nepo baby.
Maybe Nepo baby. Like I like how we're just saying like all this crap. She might be a great.
I got you back on this, no matter where you go.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I've already decided I'm all in.
Like, I'm on the other team. I think she's delightful.
Yeah, you could go anywhere you want with this.
It's not that she's ugly. She's definitely you'd be crazy to say she's ugly. She's a pretty girl. But that guy's fucking. That guy's a stunner.
Yeah, he was one of the main characters in Top.
Start a country music career. He doesn't even need to be able to sing.
If I was like at the park hiking with my girlfriend and I saw that guy coming the other direction on the path, I'd have to like make up an animal I saw. Be like, "Whoa, sweetheart, get a load out there." No, I think if we look for another 15 seconds, maybe we'll see it again. No, it was a whole family of bears. So that's what it was.